Hello everyone, it's Axis1954 here. Welcome back to the video. And in today's video, I'll be talking about how much I want to say the controversial movies, which is the Godzilla anime trilogy, and how much this trilogy means to me. Since the reason why I'm doing this video is because I think it was a week ago that I found out that this trilogy movies are being removed from Netflix, which sucks a lot. And I thought I would have to explain or talk about why this trilogy in particular means a lot to me, kind of like how I talked about a few times whenever I did it. That when I did one video of how much Godzilla means to me. I think it was might have been from the last Godzilla day we had. Not last year's, but might have been, I don't even know when I did it. But, yeah, so, probably thinking, why am I doing this? Obviously, as I just said, it's being removed from Netflix in 2 months from now, which is in April, which sucks. But, anyways, so how does this trilogy in particular, other than Godzilla himself, mean a lot to me? Well, in 2017, when we had not, I'm gonna try to remember everything at the top of my head because it's been a few years since these movies have been out on Netflix or has been released, all three of them. Um, in 2017, that we've got the first trailer of Godzilla Monster Planet, aka Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. I think that's the only title I can think of. But before we move on, I do want to show the physical media I do have of this. Well, like as far as like movies, like the movies I have or the soundtracks. But I do have the Godzilla the Planet Eater soundtrack. I've had this for about a few years since I've gotten it. So I have the soundtrack right here. This is the front of it. And the back, and I don't know if you can see, but the casing is beaten up. Yeah, you can probably see it right there. And I'll show the inside as well. There's the disc in the booklet. So I have the soundtrack of Godzilla the Planet Eater, and this was my first soundtrack or what I've gotten of this trilogy, like media wise, which is whether it's the soundtrack CD or whether it's the movie itself or the official things I do have of it. But this here I do have the Godzilla Planet of the Monsters soundtrack, also known as Godzilla Monster Planet. So the front. Oh, forgot to show the back of this. There's the side. My bad. And the side of Godzilla Monster Planet. And here's the inside of it. Pretty cool. Before I continue, I do not have the soundtrack of Godzilla City on the Battle or the physical official DVD set. These are the only things I do have of the trilogy, like official things. So I do have I think it was I think this one's the Blu-ray set that came with some other things that probably around here somewhere. I'm still in the process of getting these guys packed up and ready for the 6 months, or after the 6 months. So, anyways, here's the Blu-ray. I think this is the Blu-ray Collector's Edition set, well, set-wise, which There was some other stuff that came with this, which I probably need to get everything together so I can pack this up and keep it safe. But anyways, so this is the front of it. I think this is the back or the front. Might have been the back, but there's I'm calling it the back, and the insert it's in there too. So this is what I have of Godzilla Plan the Monsters, and I know I do have some other figures, other merchandise from this trilogy as a whole, but I am too lazy to go get some of the figures I have back there. But anyways, and this was probably the last thing I got of, well, or the physical media of official thing of the trilogy. I do have the Godzilla plant, the Planet Eater, um, Blu-ray collector's edition. As I said, I don't have Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle either, so I'm gonna have to try to hunt down the soundtrack in the like one of these sets if I can find it. That is, but either way, so there's the front or back. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to show the side of it. There's the side of, I don't know how it's gonna look on camera, but Monster Planet or City on not City on Edge Battle, Planet of the Monsters, and this is the one for Godzilla the Planet Eater, and there's the insert thing with the discs. So this is basically all I do have of it. What have, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get the Blu-ray or DVD set of this, and looks like this one's been beaten up. Ah, at least it's still in somewhat good condition, even though the side of the Planet Eater one's busted up. Anyways, so thought I'd show that. Actually, I'm gonna put my 2017 Monshots that I got from somewhere else. I hope it's not bootleg, even though one of the hands come off. Actually, I'll put them right here. Hopefully, it doesn't fall off. I swear to God. So, why does this trilogy been allowed to me? Well, I'm gonna have to say since we got Planet of Monsters, I watched the first one, which is Planet of the Monsters, a lot. I watched it a ton of times, even more times I have the other Godzilla movies that I do have of it. Whether it might have been I don't know how many DVDs I had of it at the time, but I definitely watched Planet of the Monsters a lot from start to finish. I usually would download it on my phone so I can watch it offline. And I might say this a lot with the last two, but yeah. And obviously, I still love the trilogy. And I do know that that this trilogy has been controversial, which basically means that there are fans that do like it. I'm one of them, and there are fans that hate its guts, which I can see that because considering how the second one was, and I'll probably get to that in a little bit. And the third one, people did dislike both of them, even though there are some fans that hate the whole trilogy as a whole. But for me, I'm gonna say right now, I prefer this trilogy more than Godzilla Single Point. Fight me on that. Come fight me. Even though you guys do know that I had a love hate relationship with the Single Point series, obviously with Godzilla Ultima, and my opinion has changed since I watched it, which it was painful to watch. Don't question me on this. But there were some good scenes in some good parts in Godzilla's Single Point, but the story wise, it wasn't really that great, in my opinion. I know there are some people that like it, and that's okay. I'm on the side about I'm in the I'm the where I did liked it and disliked it. So yeah. So anyways, and pretty much the entirety of 2017, and this was so when I was a Godzilla fan at the time, and still am. I just continued to watch this. I think I had on my phone. I think I had it on my watch. I used to watch it on my phone at my old phone, not the current phone I have now. But um, I used to watch it on my phone, old phone, my tablet, which I watch it all. I watch it all the time on there, and I used to watch it on the TV a lot. Basically, all the devices I had, whether it was TV, my tablet, and my phone, I basically just watched it all the time. And I saw and when I heard back, it skipping to 2018. That's when we had the second one, which is Godzilla City on Ninja Battle, and oh boy, now I love the movie. Obviously, you might hear me say this a lot. I love the movies. Basically all three movies basically helped me throughout the years, whether I'm going through a hard time or a good time, or maybe I just want to wanted to watch a movie by myself or something. I don't know. And obviously, the Godzilla design I love love a lot. You can see I have my Monster Shots 2017 right here. You know, this guy did not come with a box, but whatever. I think the Godzilla design, I know I have a ton of favorite Godzilla designs, whether it's from the Showa, Heisei, Millennium, and I forgot what the other era was called, like the Rira era. I probably butchered that name wrong. And I think that has Shin Godzilla, the anime trilogy, and I think that's it. But anyways, I same thing goes with City on Ninja Battle. I loved it, and I know I'm probably gonna hear it in the comments. Maybe I've pretty much heard it way too much. That this one is probably by far the worst one of the trilogy. Probably because we were going to see Mechagodzilla, and yeah, that's where the hate. I think that's where the hate began from the second one. And I didn't have a problem with Mechagodzilla City, and yeah, I didn't have a problem with Mechagodzilla City as a whole. I think it was a pretty cool idea, and again, it would have been cool to see a for a Mechagodzilla in it, but sadly that didn't happen. And I'm gonna probably say this: these movies have budgets, and sometimes whether it's a good idea, sometimes whether it's gonna go through or not, like the idea of Mechagodzilla fully appearing, it probably didn't happen. But again, probably because of budget. I mean, probably budget and time with whatnot. And the same thing goes with this with City on Ninja Battle. I did the same thing. I watched it a lot, and yeah, I did definitely watch it a lot. And yeah, that's probably is probably not a good explanation why this trilogy means a lot to me, but I'm doing the best I can. And the last one, which is Godzilla the Planet Eater, and I think Godzilla the Planet Eater was I watched this. Same thing. I think the same thing goes for the last two. This was the Planet Eater. I watched it a lot. Same. Also, I forgot to mention I did download. I used to download City on the Battle, and I used to watch it offline whenever I was like in a area that doesn't have like cell service, or basically I just watched it whenever I wanted to. When I was able to download it and watch it offline. And same thing goes for Godzilla the Paint Eater. And I loved Godzilla the Paint Eater. I watched it from again start to finish. This what I did with all three of them. And yeah, this was the one I watched a lot. Like when I say a lot, I watched it a lot, more than the last two. And obviously, I definitely had to collect the collector's edition because obviously I love the Planet Eater. I think it was a good conclusion to the trilogy. You know, people did have some complaints or concerns about this one, but frankly, for me, I didn't really give a hoot, and I watched this one a lot. I watched Godzilla Planet Eater a lot. Again, same thing goes for the other two, basically all three of them. This Planet Eater was the one I watched more, and I always, you know, and also I forgot to mention this, but I did memorize all the dialogue from all three movies, and yeah, and I definitely, obviously, I did also nothing I forgot to mention. I listened to all three soundtracks a lot, and yeah, I would have to say that this trilogy means a lot to me because it definitely helped me from hard times. Whether I've said it, whether it be good or bad, and yeah, and it sucks that hearing about them getting removed from Netflix in 2 months from now, which is in April. And obviously, I'm gonna watch them as much as I can before they leave in about 2 months from now. And I definitely have to thank this trilogy for helping me get through the difficult times of my life, and whether it be good or bad. And also, I definitely watched all three of them. Technically, I watched the Planet Eater a lot. I used to watch the Planet Eater through when I was in school, like high school, whether it was probably during my lunch times at my school that I went to. And definitely, I just watched them a lot, and I definitely listened to the soundtracks a lot too, whether it be on mobile or the soundtracks I do have that I showed at the beginning of the video. I think I probably said it a lot of times right now. I love the series, I love this trilogy, and it means a lot to me. And yeah, I hope I did the best I can with this. I know I'm probably recording this very late. I just thought I would get this video out before I forget. And yeah, so as I already said, I love these movies and I love to watch them. And it sucks that they're leaving Netflix in about 2 months from now. So yeah, so that's it for this video. I know it probably wasn't great, but I did the best to explain how much this particular trilogy means a lot to me. And yeah, so I know this video was probably I've been keeping this video going long enough. And that is basically why this trilogy means a lot to me. I know I probably mess everything, but if you got also before I close off this video, if you guys do like this trilogy, watch it while you can, because we only got 2 months to watch them until they're gone forever. Yeah, so that's it for me. This was probably terrible, but I don't give a hoot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.